Ishtalk TV, live from the DMV, doing how it's supposed to be. It's your boy B More, aka Princess Zamunda.
It's your boy 301 King Ron, Champagne Ron.
AJ Turn Up, aka Buff Curry.
Hold on, G. Before we start, I just want to say I got some terrible news. That if you're from the DMV, you listen to the radio, you know Tony Reds has passed away. He had a heart attack today, within the hour or something. So Tony Reds. R.I.P. Tony Reds, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He was young.
He used to put a lot of people on.
Yeah.
He put a lot.
He basically died a young man.
Yeah. Fuck
how old do you think he is at the most?
I would say mid-40s.
Yeah.
Like 43, 44.
Right. Well, I prayer to his family.
Tony Reds.
Yeah. R.I.P. Tony Reds.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. We was actually going to be doing a comedy showcase with him. I remember I reached out to you. I was like, yo, you think we can do like a little stand-up hosting thing? But we was going to do it on this platform. But damn. Okay, can we go to our sponsors? Life of Gains.
Oh, Life of Gains
Life
first?
Of Gains.
See, I'm trying.
Yeah,
Life of Gains hit me up. I'm trying to be like AJ, man. Damn.
They do online like 3 classes, online classes a day.
And he'll hook you up. He'll get you right. He's a very dedicated individual. That's what you want when you have a trainer, a dedicated one, the one that won't let you give up, and you want the ones that believe in you more than they believe in that check. Anybody can do that for a check, but the ones that believe in you, that's going to get you there, that's going to help you get there.
Definitely, so shout out, check out Life of Gains. They in Silver Spring, around this area.
So yes, for you, and you know, just in case if you can't really afford to go back to the gym, or it's going to be too much because when this shit opens, the muscle head, the gym rats like myself.
I'm not going to the gym when they first open.
Oh no, I'm gonna hesitate. I'm gonna be hesitating, but I ain't gonna lie. I do miss putting up 25 times.
Planet Fitness, man. Y'all niggas was bugging. They still charge me for like the first 2 months.
Damn, they cancel your shit.
No, I had to call them. I was like, hey, what are y'all doing? They was like, oh, so sorry, Mr. Shelton. Yeah,
come on, man. What did it take? $7? Come on now.
Nigga, that shit was $9.99 a month.
That shit make you wanna if you wanna signing up is easy, but trying to cancel it, you gotta go. You gotta call. You gotta go to the website. You gotta look at the fine print.
Yeah.
Nah, that's why I just walk in there and be like, I need this shit taken care of.
They was like, hey, Mr. Show, we're so sorry.
$37 for a gym membership.
Which one?
Up front.
I get like
$37 a month.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
nice. Oh, it was good.
I mean, it depends. What? No, it depends. Because certain gyms, like, I ain't gonna say their names, but there's certain gyms that's $90 a month. But motherfucker, you get a sauna, you get your yogurt and your Slurpees and all, and your smoothies and shit.
Nah, those gyms are now because it's I think it's retro fitness.
Don't we put that like we ain't getting them free advertising. Fuck them people.
But theirs is like $20 something a month, but you get the personal trainer, whatever you go with, you get the massages, you get like certain access to certain drinks. But like Planet Fitness, I pay $9.99 a month. I get the massage chair and I get massage chair and it's something else that I don't use.
Keep it funky with me. Yeah. You asked for to have me in and didn't you?
No, never, man. Never.
Yes, she did.
I've never paid for anything sexual, dog.
Never?
Never. On your life.
On my life.
I I've never paid for nothing sexual.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey. So you not subscribing, you gonna create your OnlyFans. I feel you.
Oh yeah, how's that going? Ever since you posted video?
So hey, that's funny as hell, cause y'all posted the video of me saying I'm looking for somebody to start an OnlyFans with.
Yeah.
And then I posted it again. I don't know, things. I don't know.
I can't front. I got an offer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Like, I got a certain percentage that I'll explain to y'all after the show, and I was like, wow. And like when I talked to certain other people out there, shout out to my homies that put me on this, they was like, nigga, like that's good, because males don't get this much in this industry. They was like, nigga, you need to take that. And then what she looks like, I'll show y'all later. They were like, what you do? What you waiting on?
Yeah.
I'm like, so you just scared?
I ain't about scared. I want to make sure the numbers is right, because what I don't want to do is get on that shit. Next thing you know, I'm waiting for my cash
for free.
Right? I don't want to be doing that to myself. I need to make sure. So I got to put a contract out to state. All right, if such and such, if you show my face 3 seconds in the process, I get 70% of that shit. How about that? So if I go over 3 seconds of you not showing my face like you're supposed to, 70% go to me, G.
It's going to be on a tripod, but what I was going to say was, imagine there's men out there chasing women down for money because bad deals, sex deals.
Hey,
yo, she said she was going to...
that's why you gotta get a contract.
I am entitled.
30 minutes, you know how many strokes it was that, y'all? You know how many strokes?
We had a deal.
You know how many comments I got from you? I got the comments. I got the damn. You got her screaming for days. That's me.
The month of May and July, Your Honor, her subscriptions grew 300%, Your Honor.
That's mine. That's me.
Your Honor.
Because she was yelling because of me. Half, exactly. Hey, and as a man, you deserve that right. Cause hey,
deserve that right.
Cause look, here's the thing.
Yes, indeed.
Let me ask you, would you do it? Would you do it for the right money?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying because my homies have helped me understand it from a certain perspective. My other homies, it was like another nigga. Imagine another nigga trying to explain that he saw you on a porn site. Or whatever. Niggas are literally stupid. I saw AJ on there banging a bad bitch for money.
If I'm scrolling, down the Ebony section and I see AJ, I am releasing my dick from my hand. Like, AJ, what the fuck? AJ, what you doing? I would screenshot that shit. I would send it to AJ and I'll be like, yo, you a wild nigga. You just ruined my night.
I'll be like, hey, did you subscribe?
Oh my God.
I'm like, did you subscribe? I'm like, first of all, send that to some other females to subscribe. Spread the word. Spread the itch. We gonna support black businesses.
No.
Support.
That's exactly what I'm about to say.
Support my shit.
Get on Instagram and be like, now y'all know I support black businesses. And follow Cuz.
Follow this nigga right here, the Buff Man.
Doing his thing out here.
Buff Curry, he a splash brother, girls.
Look, y'all, we tonight the show we're talking about George
Floyd,
White Allies, Doja Cat, the bed witch. I want to hear crickets over here from y'all. We're gonna talk about Doja Cat.
Oh my Lord.
I have no. See now, previous like.
Oh, no, we get to
Cool.
He's just waiting for it. You know, he's the judge. He's just waiting.
I get to throw a stone out, man.
Right, that's all he want to do because he want to throw stones because he lives in a brick house on this one. I get it, so he in a brick house on this one.
I on my timeline.
Cheeks of the week.
And cheeks of the week.
We got to enlighten your mood.
We got to enlighten y'all. But first we got a little. We're not gonna get our cheeks right now. We're gonna talk about the George Floyd.
No, first of all, rest in peace to George Floyd, and prayers to his family and to people that are affected by it. Yeah. And what I mean by that, anyone who's been affected.
Exactly.
Anyone who's been affected.
People that seen it and were hurt.
And protect those people. Protect those people. The ones that saw it and that can legally help. We need to pray that they are protected. So people out there, protect those people because we need it. Because just think about a lot of protesters in other times, like in Ferguson, that just turned up mysteriously dead. Right. So we need to make sure those people that can help us get justice are safe and sound. Exactly. Seriously.
Bro, the busting the windows of the precincts, the burning of the flags,
a lot
the
of
police
beautiful
cars,
shit taking place out there, man.
The fire extinguisher on the knife wielding white lady in the wheelchair. Look, I'm here for it. I love it. I fucking love it.
And do not say white woman in the wheelchair. Because there's 3 separate videos of this bitch walking outside of this fucking wheelchair. Yeah. So that shit is just a ploy.
And even still, in the wheelchair, she was stabbing people.
Yeah.
So that is my thing. Why are you?
That's the ploy.
That's my thing. What are you doing out there in your condition?
It's no fucking condition.
I know.
That's what it is.
No,
she's using that shit for sympathy.
That's what I'm saying.
She's using that shit as a motherfucking when the fucking big bad wolf put on like the fucking grandma shit. That's what she's doing. That bitch. That bitch had her knife. She's using that shit. She's fucking stabbing looters. What she's doing is trying to seem like a non-threat. Yeah. Then she's fucking trying to stab people. She deserved everything that she got thrown at her fucking head. She deserved when that lady ran up on her.
Niggas was giving her Patrick Mahomes accurate throws. When I saw that the damn fire extinguisher could go off on her, and then I saw people were throwing literally 99 dime passes and hitting her. She was
because at first I was like, y'all fucked up.
And then you saw
I'm like, cause I don't give a fuck, cause I'm not racist at all. I'm not about to beat up no fucking old white lady in a
wheelchair. Any person in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm not about to beat up nobody in no motherfucking wheelchair.
Yeah,
but then when I saw the videos of her walking around, I seen pictures of her standing the fuck up, cheesing with her family. Like, I'm like, hold on, bitch. You just out here trying to play innocent so you can sneak up on people and stab them because you're
and that's what I'm saying. And even if she was in a wheelchair, like, real talk, I'd have been like, it's either way. It's like, why the fuck would you be in the middle of some shit like that? If I'm in a wheelchair, you think I'm going to go into a rough area where I know people are looting and doing shit?
Where the blacks are?
No, and then you got it's so much shit going on. Like, pray for Minneapolis right now because they need it. Like,
what was that shit, Will Smith and Men in Black?
Oh,
no, he just working out. I'm not going to put him out.
I'm not going to bust his ass on. How would I feel if somebody bust my ass if I'm on the treadmill?
What?
I saw this man. He ain't snarling. He's sneezing.
Trust me. Look.
Hey, not a leader.
Look. That white lady. She was that little girl with those quantum physics books. She was no good.
This shit was way too advanced for her.
It was way too advanced for her.
Look, he shot that bitch right in the middle. She was up to no good in that motherfucker. Like, that's a fact.
That is a fact. She was doing something, up to something.
Exactly.
And there's a rumor, allegedly, like, apparently that it has been law enforcement that has started these fires. So let's not.
Allegedly.
We're going to say allegedly has started these fires. Now, would I be surprised by this? Hell to the no. Because I just think that a lot of people get mad when we're talking like we're conspiracies when the history of America and the government proves that they can do shit whatever they want. It's a fact that J. Edgar Hoover tried to use illegal tactics to destroy the Black Panther Party. There's facts that the Tuskegee situation where they tried to they injected black people with syphilis. It's a fact that they created Jim Crows to dehumanize us. It's facts that they kept us from housing and medication and jobs. So what the fuck do you think? How is it a stretch that they can pose a crisis to make it worse? To make a culture look bad. Come on, get the fuck out of here, black people.
The looting, I don't care about the looting because it's Target. They can get their money back, and you can't take a life back. I don't care what his white wife says.
Exactly.
You should forgive the police officers. Nah, fam, just burn it down. Burn it down, fam. But what's gonna happen next? You got Benjamin Crump. He's there. Trump. He tweeted about it. I'm not sure how good that's gonna do, but
what I'm gonna tell y'all right now. The mayor of Minneapolis, that boy going to run for president. I'm telling you, it's not going to be 2020.
It'll probably be 2024.
2024, 2028. That boy is running for president.
And he's young.
You see how he's handling this situation?
No, and I was telling him earlier, but like the emotions and the expressions that man had. I'm not gonna say that I know what people feel, and I'm not perfect. I could be wrong, but the genuine emotion of disgust that he felt, he was like, wow, this is horrible. And he even said, oh, we're pressing. They need to be charged.
They need to be charged.
He's a young white man. I see black women. I see white women, Asian women.
I see people.
No, I'm talking about just the women are the same way that the women were enamored by how handsome Barack Obama was. They're doing the same thing with this white dude right now. They're like, oh snap, this nigga's gorgeous. But at the same time, he's handling his shit.
Yeah, no, I think we need more of our so-called white people that are on our sides. Take that kind of fucking action. I need you to go on camera and they might not just talk about it, but be about it too. But you can see that in his heart, he was like, wow, like, this is horrible.
This is disgusting.
This is disgusting. Like, he's one of those where he knew about it, but when he saw it up, I guarantee you, he was in his office and they played that fucking thing and he was like, wow.
Y'all saw when Steven Jackson, he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying how when.
That's his homie.
They look alike too.
Yeah, like they call each other twins.
Yeah, when George Floyd, he was screaming for his mom.
I didn't want to. I couldn't do it.
His mom died
2 years prior to that. I didn't. Yeah, that broke my heart. Well, first of all, when he said I can't breathe, and then when he screamed for his mom, that really hurt because that was a humanized. Like that was like a moment.
You got
like
a grown man
pleading for his life for help.
In his 40s. Calling for his mom,
right? Pleading for help,
like,
and these people are just sitting there, and the man was unnecessary. Once again, officers of the fucking law, if it takes, you are supposed to take control of a situation to protect the people, not take personal vendetta moments to take advantage of a human being. It was 4 of y'all and 1 person. If you can't handle a situation, even on your own, you don't need to be. That's not the job for you. And thus, we need to start a fucking hashtag right now for these so-called good officers. What you gonna do now? The ones that are corrupted, you gonna turn them in or not? Show me that you're not a bad cop. Just because you're not doing evil deeds, but watching it, you're just as bad.
Exactly.
You are just as guilty as the rest. So for those people out there, well, my family was a cop. Okay.
See,
is your family member doing what they need to do to make it happen?
Fuck the cops. Because that's what we were trying to get to.
Oh, you mean
that's what we were trying to get to.
You mean our creed?
We were talking about you were speaking on the good ones. We're going to go to the bad ones.
Are we doing our creed?
Do our pledge.
Our creed? Okay.
All right. I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance.
To fuck the cops.
To fuck the cops.
Black Glocks and Tex.
Black Glocks and Tex.
Till we get some respect.
Till we get some respect.
187.
187.
Amen.
Wait, hold on. This video is just so orgasmic. Now, just picture that. Now, mind you, what if that had been Isaiah Washington or somebody doing that shit? They would probably ban this movie. But, no, and we're not advocating that, but look at it. We're not advocating
nobody.
But unfortunately, you will put people in a certain way where it's like, if that don't happen, nothing else is going to happen. Because
I don't want to see nobody.
Yeah, we don't want to see people
like
gunned down.
You're Dylan, the little white kid that murdered those people in that black church. Unless you're some fucking rapist or racist, murderers.
But the funny thing is, those people of whites that have committed those crimes, they are treated better.
No, that's what kills.
That's why people of color are like crazy. It's like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me these people can go into theaters and shoot up people?
Who's the fuck the cops for this week, man?
It's too many. It's too many.
Well, who you got for this one? The guy that killed them.
For this week?
Yeah, it's.
Do you have his name? You say
I don't have his name.
I forgot his name. Forgive me, but I do.
Let's look. We're not just gonna put it on him. Cause he's the one with his knee on his neck, but we're gonna blame
the agent officer Tao. His name is Tao. His last name's Tao.
We're gonna blame the other 2 people that have their knees on his spine and his knees on his butt to hold him down. We're gonna blame all of these motherfuckers. The 5 officers in Texas that
Midland, Texas, that knocked over that 90-year-old grandmother.
That 90-year-old grandmother who was protecting her grandson because her grandson is unarmed, laying on the yard, and these motherfuckers is 3 of them with handguns, 2 of them with assault rifles, like aimed at this kid, and he's like, yo, I'm not trying to resist.
The man literally had his hands and legs out.
Yeah, I'm scared.
And all of that because he supposedly ran a stop sign. Come on, and then they pushed the grandmother down.
Yeah.
And then
they knocked over a 90-year-old black woman with a cane. She's out there walking with a cane. She stood in front of her grandson because they were pointing the guns at him. Black women, we love y'all. She stood in front of her grandson because they were pointing the guns at him. She was like, no, put y'all guns down. These motherfuckers ran over there to arrest them, and she's standing there like, yo, y'all don't have to be so rough. These motherfuckers push her over.
And this is a 90-year-old elderly woman, so a small fall could cost her life. Not injure, cost her life. You mean to tell me I'm not gonna? You don't want me to tell you that shit? Like I said earlier.
And then
go ahead.
Once the young man was on the ground. Of course, when his grandmother gets knocked over, he's going to act a fool.
Yes.
What do you expect him to do? Like, you expect him to be calmer? You just knocked over his grandmother.
Right. You just knocked over my grandmother. And no, like, and the emotion, a sweet woman, and you're trying to do, but this is what we are saying, y'all. It's like you expect us to act a normal way, and first of all, you are trained to be calm and take control. How do you expect people with no training to remain calm, and you got a fucking tech or a 9mm in my face? Really? But the police are the ones. How are you more scared than me? How are you to act on an impulse faster than me when you were supposedly having years of training to fix that? Get the fuck out of here. If you're scared of one person, you don't need to be on the job. You don't need to be a law enforcement. Take your ass somewhere else because
fuck the cops, man.
Yeah, fuck
the cops, man.
Ann Shelton, or you knock over Mariella Morris.
It's a wrap. Somebody.
I'm cleaning your shit. Like, they gonna be like, yo.
Watch your days.
They gonna be like, yo, why the fuck did they give Ron 32 years?
He broke a cop job.
I earned those 32 years, G.
He shining the cop.
I earned those 32 years.
Yeah.
However long they give me, just know I earned that shit.
Yeah, because you're not gonna, if my mom, my sister.
How do you expect that kid? How you expect that boy to lay there calmly and let you arrest him when you just knocked over his
And this is and that's a human reaction. It's like you expect anybody from any race will lose their shit if a defenseless elderly woman, and you shoved her to the point where she fell and she did nothing wrong but protect her baby. That is her grandchild.
Slim.
You have 4 weapons. Once again, you are supposed to be in control of the situation. The man had his arms out like this. If you see 2 hands empty, he ain't no threat. That was psychological torture. If I got a gun fucking pointed at you for more than 10 seconds, you're gonna lose your shit too. That don't mean that is just psychological torment that they did not have to do.
I'm not sure if that was his mother or his aunt, but it was like a lot of women outside
trying to protect him.
No, like they're just telling him to stay still.
Yep, and
he's like, I can't stay still. They point all these guns at me. I'm scared. He literally said, I can't stay still. I'm scared.
When he cried,
no, I'm scared. Like, what the fuck?
And he was 21. You're talking about a young kid that is scared. Anybody would be scared. You point a gun at me, I'm gonna piss on myself. I'm not Weeby or Avon. I ain't about that action.
I was just telling y'all, when there was a gun on me, I was.
Ain't nobody. If you ain't about that. If you ain't in that killer shit, you're gonna twitch.
I'm not about to suck your dick or nothing, but whatever you want, you can have, G. Like
if you tell me to strip and Harlem Shake, so be it.
AJ, do me a favor. Can you move that mic towards y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I understand y'all, but you talking about AJ? What'd you say? What kind of terror you said?
Psychological
terror. And watch out. You gonna watch out? Hold on. Look down, man. You see?
Ew, wait! Don't say that. Pause.
No, just swing it over.
You see it's stuck?
Yeah, I see the
there you go.
5
That's a good lad.
The 5 heartbeat mic stand. I see it.
It's a regular mic stand.
No, this is the 5 heartbeats. This is Jimmy's
from Amazon, sir.
From no Amazon.
Yeah, make sure.
So you giving Jeff Bezos money? Yeah. He laughing at you right now. He like, oh yeah. Whatever I say, you still buying my shit? He like, yeah.
What did Bezos do?
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, he don't like Jeff Bezos.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, so what?
Oh, yeah. That don't look right. That don't look right. Yeah, get this dildo out of my face.
Just move it back. Why are you
I don't think it's supposed to be that close. He's gonna slide this back a little bit.
God damn.
Like such.
Nigga got time to make a fucking sex video.
Yeah. Keep talking your shit.
Nigga got time to make a sex video?
So? You watched it, didn't you? He like,
alright.
Yeah.
You'll get this nigga show together.
The BET Awards.
BET Awards. Okay, so rest in peace to that brother and a lot of bad shit that happened this week.
Racist week.
And
it's been hard.
Another racist thing that happened was the white lady in the Central Park, Karen.
I'm gonna say there's an African American bothering me, and then when she started crying, I'm like, please, I can't. It's African American. I just wanted the dog to bite.
Dog is bitch.
Dog literally was like, bitch, you're getting on my nerves. Like, he wanted to run to the black man was like, hey, can I roll with you? Because she getting on my nerves. And once again, what kills me about society, they hold black people to the law, you have to abide by the law, but when white people do that shit, ain't nothing happening.
She had her dog
off a leash, and the thing is,
to say
don't do that.
On a leash.
Right.
Oh, he said.
And people tried to say he was being petty. Really? And so white people don't be petty when they ask us if we got permits for shit? I don't think so. Right. She needs to keep the same energy.
And apparently that's what they do in Central Park. If they care so much, they be talking to people like, yo, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, and they say it for a reason. Yeah, so...
Did you see the black man, though? Like, who he was?
He was a gay guy.
I don't know if he's gay or not.
Yeah.
But I know, like... From watching like his interview, and I think they was talking about like his career, and I'm like, yo, this isn't the black man that you need to be scared of. I'm like, yo, this is who you, dog. She would have called the SWAT on her. That black asses. I was like, yo, this is the black man.
SWAT platoon, National Guard.
This is the black man that you're scared of.
That you are scared of, but
Ryan Jones.
This nigga, exactly.
This was a white lash. This was a white lash. So she was trying, but once again, that shows you. This is why white people, I hold y'all accountable for your shit. You know what you're doing.
Yo,
exactly.
Yeah, she used her white.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing.
She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing. Getting the police involved, thinking about that dude. Like, because
she knows
that dude killed.
She knows
that dude killed.
When it comes to an encounter with a black man and the police, there's a chance that this could end in my life being taken from me. Mm-hmm. And she tried to use that threat against him, and he looked her dead in her face and said, do what you want.
Do what you gotta do.
Like, yo, do what you want.
But I love the fact, and you know what, the beauty, he did not go near. He stayed where he was.
He told her ass, back up. Don't come near me.
Don't come near me.
Don't come near me. Like,
the dog got, she lost her dog.
She lost her
job. And she lost her job, as she should.
I think the dog got, I think there's a GoFundMe for the dog.
And
there's a GoFundMe for the dog.
She's one of the people I'm talking about. How she's not even, like, how are you in your 30s and you're a racist?
Because, like I said, that's some systematic shit that she's learned, and she's learned to learn that all niggas are the same.
Yeah, like
basically.
Wow. Did y'all see the video of the other dude called the police? It's not Karen for a man. What's for a dude? Ken?
Brad or Chad?
Ken called the police.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad called the police. Can you show that video of 4 dudes in the gym?
Oh yeah,
I saw that shit.
Look,
that shit was crazy.
He deserved to lose. I think he lost his
membership
office in there.
Oh.
No, because it's a gym inside of an office building, but you only have access to that gym if you work or own one. If you lease one of the offices in that office building. So he assumed that these young black men didn't own or lease one of the offices in that building, so he tried to call the police on him. He actually did call the police on him.
Yes, he did.
So, and once the police got there, these black men, they told him, no, this is our building here, this is our company here. And he ended up, the people that own the building, they canceled his lease. So he's...
Yeah, get the fuck out. You home.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about, should people lose their jobs?
Yes. You should lose your job.
The police?
Yes, because it's a serious offense.
I have a chance of losing my life.
I have a chance of losing my life, or worse, I have a chance of catching a charge that can hinder me from getting a better job. To me, that's worse than death. That's a slow death, because imagine you almost living for nothing. You almost get a good job, then they call you back and say, yeah, you do have this charge, so we're going to have to let you go.
Imagine having, like, because the big thing in this area is, like, security clearances.
Yep, security clearances. Because we have a lot of government jobs.
In the DMV. So, if you have a security clearance, you can have the cleanest record, cleanest credit, everything. If one of these white people call the police on you, and you have a police encounter, they have to investigate that. Let alone you get charged with it. They can suspend your shit.
Mm-hmm.
They can
and you asked out
clearance, and now you ain't got no income.
And the thing is, in the state of Virginia, even a misdemeanor, that shit, it depends on what it is, that can stick with you for the rest of your life. You can get the smallest shit. You can get anything from an embezzlement to a larceny. It can be small shit, but that sticks. Imagine that 10 years ago, and you're squeaky clean, and mind you, it was something that you...
And paying fines, too.
This shit just made me mad.
Yeah. And you're sitting there, and you have to deal with that all because of an asshole cop.
A white dude.
Asshole cop wanted to take the law in his own hands.
All right.
Well, hold on.
I want to talk about white allies. One thing that's good that comes out, I'm seeing pressure on white friends to come out and speak out against that. Ron, you mentioned a couple of shows ago about how you would post all this stuff, and then your white friends will like it, but when it comes to black,
taking
it's
action.
like black issues.
It's cool when I'm being funny, Ron. It's cool when I'm being
That's right.
ignorant, Ron.
Right, or
but the second I post about, black people are being treated terrible out here, and this was before this racist week. Right. Since I was 16 years old, there's something wrong with this country. So it's like, why is it that when I post stuff or when I write a status about the way black people are being treated, not even in this country but on Earth,
you get silenced.
Yeah, it's like my black friends will say something about it. My Hispanic friends will say something about it, but my white friends, if I get one or two, that's about it. I'm not gonna say none of them because there are two of them that are always there. Boom, boom. But the majority of them, they just this isn't my fight.
This is not my fight.
This isn't my issue.
I had a coworker. I used to work with a dude. I used to go over his house, smoke weed with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a yo this, yo that.
I know.
And but recently he posts more Trump stuff. But then recently he posted this Candace Owens a video after one of the brothers got killed last week. So I commented, I was like, why are you posting videos of Candace Owens? That's like white people like her because she's a black face
anti-black.
And she's anti-black and she's saying all the stuff that y'all saying just to make y'all feel less guilty. So he was like, I think you're calling me a racist, but I was trying to tell him that people are certain white people, they can be racist subconsciously. Y'all can't read that shit, it's so far away. But he was just saying how I think it's weird how this stuff happens every 4 years before an election.
No, it doesn't happen every 4 years.
It happens every fucking day and year. Like, that's the point. And we're just
every 4 years.
And the funny thing is, we're if you think that you're hearing about the stuff that has been recorded terrible, imagine what's not being recorded. That is worse.
People started having TVs in like the 50s and 60s. This is when TVs started becoming in every home. It's not a coincidence that the civil rights movement popped off in the 60s. Once people could see the shit.
Yeah. And what's
the biggest riot, the biggest racial riot in this country was Rodney King, the LA riots. It's not a coincidence that this is around the time when people start getting handheld cameras. So now that we have a camera everywhere we go,
you can see that shit.
There's a lot more of it. Like it's.
Yeah, you can see it, and it's
shit changes.
And Will Smith said the real shit. He said racism ain't worse. It's just getting recorded. I was like, that's real. Like, it's just
racism is not.
It ain't changed. That's why when people say this isn't the 40s, why the fuck it ain't? Yes, it is.
It's not going to change. I mean,
it's not going to change unless action is taken.
Get to white allies.
Okay.
Get to white allies. Do y'all know any white allies? But what is the role of a white ally? What can they do?
They need to be in the same struggle with us. That means if they share the same fate as we do, so be it. Give us that privilege. Be in the dirt with us. It's literally going to war. You're dying for the next man next to you. You are depending on him to help get through this.
Right.
This is what we're saying. For me, I don't need you to tell me a little bit of something or talk from a distance because that's not
don't
gonna.
Give me no damn platitudes.
Yeah, don't give me no platitudes because that's not going to help. Like in the 60s and the civil rights, you had whites that came to the South that literally died for that.
Yeah.
Now,
and they made no difference.
No, they did make a difference because here's the thing. Unfortunately, not to say that it's right, but they got the death of certain whites did get attention because that showed that's how deep racism rooted. Where it's like they're willing to kill their own just to you're a part of them. But that's what they're saying. But how many years though did it take? Like before the 60s, black people were getting lynched left and right. They fucking had hit a nigger baby for festivals. Yeah. Nothing, no one cared. So. With whites dying with the blacks, that is a big thing where they're saying like, wow, like you know, it shows. I'm not saying that we need a white savior. That is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Nah.
That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it would help, though, to have them, because they can unfortunately reach certain platforms and certain things that we can do. We just saw a few fucking weeks ago, white people can bitch and moan about not getting a haircut and not a scratch laid on their head. If we do that, we get tear gas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I agree with, like, with what you were saying. Like, those white people down in the 60s were part of the change. But to me, the biggest part of that change is that, because all white people aren't bad. So when the people that aren't bad, once they got these televisions in their home and they're seeing, oh, these people getting attacked by dogs, I didn't think this shit was real. This shit is real. Mm-hmm. What I want our white allies to do, I don't want them to be, well, no. If you can, go out there and protest with us. Loot with us. Because I was so lit. I was so happy when I saw that car, the police car in Minneapolis, get his back window bust out. And then they swung the camera around, and it's three white people like, yes! Like,
white people burning the flag.
Exactly.
Yes.
White people burning the flag.
But what
this is Minnesota.
But what I need from our white allies, not the ones on the street. I need the ones that are in those office buildings. I need the ones that are in those that are in those legislation offices. I need those white allies to be doing something that could actually put something in motion outside of
that's what
our
I'm saying.
emotions.
And of course, I want them to do that, and also, but that's what I'm saying. You help us remove the assholes that are in office, and not only that, get the people of color to regulate, because to a certain extent, whites can only do to a certain thing for us because it is our duty to take care of us.
No, but we talking about white allies. Well,
you can be an ally.
One thing they can do is check their racist family.
Absolutely.
What is the black population in this country?
What is it?
How many?
Like the population.
It's like 13%.
It is 12 something.
Yeah, 12 to 13%.
Well, if you want to talk about black people, don't really do the census, so it could be like 15.
Okay, well look that. So
I was about to say something. Never mind. We're gonna stick to that.
You add in the like 20-something% that's Hispanic.
Nah, Hispanics are the biggest minority.
Yeah,
they like 17 or some shit.
Yeah, it's about 20%, but the majority of the country is still like 60-something% white.
Hell yeah!
So we live in a 60-something% white country. You can't have a Barack Obama win the election without majority of the white people in this country voting for Barack Obama.
True.
You cannot change laws for the Civil Rights Act or the Voting Acts or these. You can't change these things without the majority of the white people in this country saying that is wrong.
Yeah, but I get I get you.
We need the majority of the white people in this country to see this is a continuance of us getting fucked up.
It takes work, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe this is a whole other argument, but that's my point. Help us, but at the same time, this is why I feel like with the system, it needs to be more of a balance. I don't want white people trying to regulate the civil rights, or certain rights for people because they can't. No, but that's what my whole point. Maybe that's a whole other argument. I feel like we need to have more different, more balance in legislations in the system because that's the whole point, right? That's why shit hasn't changed because the same people with the same hate in their heart are still running it. No, those motherfuckers need to be cleaned out. For the most part, clean them out.
I gotta go to Drop a Gem, y'all.
Drop a Gem?
Drop a Gem is y'all. We drop some information on y'all, trying to get some knowledge in your cranium. You dig?
Dig? And these times you need it.
All right, so this Drop a Gem is. I want to see if y'all actually know how to. We're gonna take it back. We're gonna act like little coons right now. And then this actually took me back to
we don't need to be coons right now. Not in this era.
This one took me back to our Virginia trip, but it was how to tell how to pick a watermelon.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. No. You need to switch. You
don't want to know it?
No. First of all, I don't even eat watermelon.
You eat watermelon?
No.
Look. What's wrong with you?
I have a picture on Facebook of Brian holding the watermelon.
Yes. And his facial expression was this was some 1900s coming to America shit. Yeah.
Cool,
yes.
Painted my lips pink. Shit.
Yes, that was some bamboozle shit.
That picture gonna be worth
Something in the fields. Yeah, I remember that. He was like this. Yeah.
But y'all want to speak. Yeah, y'all want to know how to.
I don't
y'all
like.
know how to color watermelon?
I'm not into watermelon, so I'm good.
What's wrong with you?
I love
watermelon.
watermelon, but look, this ain't the time.
This ain't the time. Yes. This is not the time. Yes. This is not the time. This is
wrong week for that.
This
okay.
is not the time.
Let's go to DMV news. We're gonna do the go.
Okay, I ain't doing that shit. At the wrong time. Like,
all right, so this let's go to the DMV news. DMV news. Shout out to I don't know if you guys know the guy Malik the drummer.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like a street drummer. And he appeared on America's Got Talent. So he was with there with
my boy was getting it.
Simon Cowell and everything.
My boy was getting it.
what is that music? Is that like something from an African ancestry? Yes, I'm beating it.
Slim, my
So
man
you're
was
shout out to him.
on the drum,
right. So you
moonwalking,
right. So what is beating your feet?
That shit was killing it, man.
Yes. What is TCB? Is that a new drug?
He talked about his near-death experience and.
It was real. It was real.
It's a good story. Shout out to him. Did you ever thought about doing an instrument?
Yeah.
Y'all growing up?
Yeah.
I can't do a drum because
I wanted
too
to.
good for me. I can't do no big bass because I ain't no fat.
I wanted to play the bass guitar.
Huh?
Bass guitar.
Bass guitar?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you did.
I did the bass guitar. I wanted to do the bass guitar because my dad also he was doing guitar, and then I started watching a lot of Hendrix shit, and I felt, man, I can get on this level. That's what's up. Yeah, voodoo child, but then I woke up like, yeah, that takes practice and commitment. I can't do that shit.
Piano?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
I know how to play piano.
You do?
Yeah.
I can't do
I never
piano.
seen a video.
Like,
yeah, I know
that's what's up.
Yeah, I'm about to say I know how to play piano.
That's what's up. No, that's good.
Yeah,
I know how to play a recorder. Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns.
Right. FGH7. I can't do this shit.
All right. Next, DMV news. The ABC stores.
Hey.
Let me know if you did that. They got the little drive-through service. It started like in March, and 40% of the online service have opted for the curbside pickup. So they made little changes in some of the stores though. They added plexiglass, so they gonna know how I feel to be in the hood. Yeah, but the other rules they changed: no more than 10 customers permitted in the store.
Yeah.
So you have a picture of the ABC store?
Yeah, ABC store is
that place
crazy.
always looks creepy. I always feel intimidated when I walk in there. And then the difference when you go in from Maryland liquor stores and Virginia liquor stores, in Maryland it'd be different color people watching you while you walk in. And in Virginia, it's all white people just staring at you, and they try to upsell you.
Yeah,
if they walk up behind you, can I show you our new liquor with honey oak?
Back the fuck up, nigga. I came here for the goddamn Smuckers.
You already know about the tobacco or Hennessy.
You ain't got no slit small liquor.
Wait, right.
See, now...
Amsterdam.
The liquor store I've always gone to in Lanham, I've been using the drive-through since I was 20. So I've always
I think
drive-through.
I always thought drive-through was too.
You
too trifling.
You too bougie? Are you too good for that?
Drive-through is for people that's not asking the price of their liquor because they already know how much it costs. They already know they got enough. They don't got time for no bullshit. And the Total Wines and Laurel, they've been taking online orders, so
right.
Pull up, get your shit.
And let's be gone.
I thought it was something about like they not trying to do that because people are driving and drinking and shit like that. But okay. Next,
I'm gonna crack it right now.
Next DMV news. Potomac Mills Mall is back open
tomorrow, Friday.
Yes, don't say yeah.
Everything is open Friday.
Everything open Friday, but I won't be there.
They're giving away free masks and hand sanitizing packets.
I won't
will
be
be
there.
available. No children rides or no photo booths and all that shit.
Yeah.
But they are going to rearrange the seating. In the cafeteria.
That makes no sense. In the food court, that makes no fucking sense. Why open something when you're not ready to go back to normal? That's just stupid.
And they're trying to reduce. They're trying to reduce traffic, and one of the things they're going to do is use those infrared thermometer things. So when you walk in, they're gonna test you.
Bitch, you got a one-on-one. You gotta take your ass back.
So I'm thinking this could be like some sort of, they're gonna use this, they're gonna force this rule on black people. He's a little too hot in here. He's a hot head. Get him out of here.
What movie was that?
Don't be a minute.
Nah.
Niggas.
That was motherfucking I Am Legend when they was testing people at the start.
Oh yeah.
Like no, he's got the virus. Get the fuck out of here.
Stand down. I'm Robert. I am General Robert. Stand down.
And then have you ever been to Potomac Mills?
Yeah.
Oh, you been there? This nigga almost got arrested there. The first time he realized he was black.
What do you mean realize? I always do that. No, this is like when they were, that shit was crazy. They thought I was some hoodlum because I had braids and I had my West Coast shit on. I had my Dickies on with my Chucks and shit. No, this was high school. This was 9th grade.
Oh, it was 9th grade?
Yeah, 9th grade. And they sitting there like, you got to go or I'm going to lock you up. I'm sitting there like, what did I do? Causing trouble. All because I was hollering at this chick and, okay, side note, I was hollering at this one chick. I got a number, then I left. Then another chick came by and was like, yeah, let me get your number. And then, something happened, and then he didn't like that. Because the other dude, he stopped him for smoking a Black and Mild and asked for his ID. And the guy was like, yeah, I'm 23, man. So he was just on some Bama shit. And he was like, yeah, I'll arrest you. I'll throw your ass in jail. And I'm like,
what did I realize you were black?
No, I didn't do that. And then I did be like, arrest me. Arrest me. I kept saying, arrest me. What you going to arrest me for?
What was the moment that you realized you were black in America?
6. Brian look burnt. No, he's just black, y'all.
I can't remember.
He's just black. Hey, we all had to realize we was
talking about like a moment where I was like, damn, like a traumatic.
Yeah, because we all realize that we're black. We all realize that we're like, we are, the poverty line is here. but it's always a point where it's like your first experience and it's just like, yo, this is really happening to me right now. Like, this isn't a movie. Like, this is really happening.
Okay, if you're going to say that, that's probably my first encounter with the police was that year because that motherfucker was mean and I was so threatened. I'm going to throw your ass in jail. You a troublemaker. You better get the hell out of here. I'm like, he talking to a 14-year-old. I look 14. I'm sitting here like, and then I did go, arrest me. What you gonna do? Arrest me. What you gonna arrest me for?
I was like,
AJ, stop it, please.
Yeah, I'm like, arrest me. What are you gonna arrest me for?
He just realized he was black. I'm telling everybody. He just realized he's black, everybody.
I'm like, what are you gonna arrest me for? I'm like, what are you going to arrest me for?
Speaking of
like, arrest me for walking out of the movies?
Speaking of realizing you were black, let's go to Doja Cat. So y'all princess, goddess, she well, so much a year makes, to be honest. I don't really listen to her music.
Doja.
All I know is her videos be wild. The juicy butts and bubbles and.
Bitch, use a cow.
Couple days ago, she was exposed for being a racist on forums, racist chats, saying nigga this and laughing.
Like she said, fuck me, nigger,
fuck boys,
nigger.
And she was in a chat full of a lot of white
anti-black song.
Didn't do
nothing.
Yeah, didn't.
I wonder how many black girls listen to that and rocked out. But y'all know any sisters about? Well, did y'all? We're gonna show the video, but what do y'all think about the video? I mean, her apology.
Her apology was ass, man. Like, her apology was a waste of 24 minutes.
Yeah, that was a long ass apology. Yeah, that was a long ass. I'm gonna say this: when it comes to her, like, I honestly, she can say what she want, but her actions speak otherwise. Yeah. It's like, because if you don't know the backstory, she's biracial. She has an South African father that's a black man, and he's big time over in his country. They have yet to have a relationship, and her mother's Jewish, so she was raised more on the white side. I'm going to say it like this. It's like, my biggest gripe is when you don't get rich off the culture and then you talk shit about melanated men. Yeah. Like the song she had, like she was gonna make niggas ain't shit. In my mind, I'm like, how you gonna talk about melanated men when you probably only dated maybe 1 or 2 in your lifetime? It's been clear that you like white men. That's your business, which is nothing wrong with that. That is your business.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with your preference and
right.
what you like.
Amen. But don't discriminate.
But that don't mean I'm gonna shit on another, like, I like if you follow me on Instagram, you see the type of women I post.
Yep.
I post chocolate women.
Yep.
Non-stop. But I'm not going to shit on light-skinned women. I'm not going to shit on white women. I'm not going to shit on Hispanic women. Because I love all women.
Right. It's an equal opportunity.
Exactly.
And so and then don't live off our culture and you're getting paid by it and then you say shit like this. And my thing is like, I feel like she needs help. It's like, there's something like, I would love to ask, like, why do you feel this way
because
about...
she didn't have a relationship with her father.
Right, but more than that,
So
we know that's an obvious thing.
In her
But
mind, black men aren't present because she never had a relationship with her dad. In her mind, black men don't take care of their responsibilities. Black men ain't shit because in her mind, she was raised by a white woman. Her black father wasn't present. So in Doja Cat's mind, she doesn't see value in black men.
And my thing is though, once again, because they kind of do the cop out thing. Don't go after niggas. Get you a black man, not a nigga. So if you fuck with a nigga that ain't shit and they ain't about shit, that's on you. Get you with a man that's about a black man that's about his shit. I always say there's black men and there's niggas. Niggas are the ones that are the stereotypes that do the shit that, of course. That is what do you expect? You dating a nigga, if you were dating a motherfucker that's trapping and talking about thug life and don't have anywhere to go, get you a black man that understands, that wants to do better with his life and that's being positive. So that's my thing. It's like
we were dealing with
she's
classic
just
case of the tragic mulatto.
Yeah, what? No,
if y'all don't know, mulatto is a mixed race person who was assumed to be sad or suicidal because they fail to fit in the white world and the black world.
Yeah.
Since we live in a society where everything is obsessed by race, mulattoes grow up wanting to be on the white side. Shit.
And I love that you said like what you include in the definition involve their emotions because two of our best rappers right now, their base of their raps are their emotions, and they are mulatto rappers.
Drake.
They both have white mothers and black dads. J. Cole and Drake.
Wow.
But you can tell that they both, and they both
both were raised by their white mothers. J. Cole's father wasn't there. Drake, he went back
in and out. Yeah, he was in and out.
Let's go to the video.
What video?
Of Doja?
Yeah.
Which one?
What?
Right, which one?
You
talking about the video of her apologizing.
Nigga.
There was a video about
Yeah, zoom in, make it closer.
a few hours ago. I don't think it's been a day, but the video that came out was about me, and they misinterpreted what I said in a clip on Tiny Chat.
Misinterpreted.
So the clip that you see me, where I was, and yes, this is me 100% fucking excusing my dumbass behavior. I'm dumb, but I'm also drunk. But on the other side of things, I can be concise, I can be clear, I can speak, I know how to speak. I am smart, but I'm also kind of a dumbass.
Can you pause it?
In this video, I'm being completely...
Is she doing some nigga babble?
I'm gonna let Ron
What the
go.
fuck is nigga bad?
I'm gonna let Ron go with this one first.
What the fuck is...
Making excuses, but it's just rambling.
It's just nothing. That's just empty speech. She's using a lot of words and saying nothing. This shit don't mean nothing to me, dog.
I look at it like this. It's like, even if you are drunk, the drunk person brings out the soberness in you. It brings out your real feelings of how you feel.
A drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
Yeah, a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts. So, and once again, for what I would say for her is like, where was the sincereness? I'm not saying you got to break down and cry, but where is like no, not even that. I mean, I would love to see that, but no. Real talk. It's like this. Where's the accountability in there? Like I'm a dumbass. No, but that's not gonna cut it. It's more of a I was wrong, and the thing is, it's hard to believe because this shit wasn't something from 10 years ago. This was something from like a week ago. Or a few days ago. It's like, so that is like, you can't tell me that it's like Doja. You don't have to convince me, but other people out there are going to be like, really? And it's like, only person who knows is yourself. But what you're not gonna do is think like you're not gonna make us feel like that shit. Like people did not feel the sincerity in that. And then, like, you literally are just going about your business, and I understand you got to move on. You made your point, but
what did you just on live?
Yeah, he was just on IG Live talking about games and shit. But like, it's like this ain't a game. Like, you're not going to bash a culture that you have a personal issue with yourself, and you like we're not gonna have that because unfortunately. Black people are tired of people coming in and taking the style of our culture and using it for success and personal gain, but then you shit on us afterwards. That's unacceptable, Doja. That is unacceptable.
Didn't you go with some mulattoes? That was just, you can tell. I think I dated.
Yeah, I went to school. We went to school with a couple of them that tried to like act like they were down with the black culture, but then wanted to be accepted by the whites so bad. And it's like, my thing is, why? Why do you want? I understand, of course, it leads to an easier life, maybe, but that doesn't. Like, I don't understand people like, why do you want to be around motherfuckers that only tolerate you? That's the worst kind of feeling. Do you understand? Why do you want to be around someone that makes you feel like you're beneath, and no matter what you say, they use it against you? You know, I can't. Like, I've been in groups of people where it's like,
and those type of chicks, they like cosplay and. Being on some nerd nigga.
And that's nothing wrong with that. But it's like this. I always say this. Remember what I used to say? Are you doing this for this person, or are you doing it for an image? Yeah. Now, if you're doing that shit to try to fit an image, then I'm gonna be like, really?
I want to say it was like 2016. I went to like a little Comic-Con cosplay thing.
Yeah, it's all right. Fun. That's fine.
Like, that shit was fun. As fuck.
Yeah, we're not saying.
But
most of those people in there, they got issues.
Yeah, everybody got issues. You mean to tell me rap niggas don't have issues? Every music genre got an issue.
But niggas are all lives matter in it. Yeah, what's that basketball player? Robert something Jr. He posted something how sad that what happened to George Floyd.
Is that his comment there?
Yeah, but we should. I gotta go see. But we should pray for the officer's family and pray for forgiveness. So.
Not Michael Porter. No, look. Now look.
So, and that's a picture of him with his white mommy.
Now, Michael Porter is a young player who has a lot of potential.
That's nigga babble. That's what.
No. We're gonna say he has potential. I get it.
Michael Porter was the #1 player in his high school class. He's 6'10". Like, imagine, like a taller, like he's just basically like Ben Simmons, but he could shoot, right? He was the #1 player in his high school class. His freshman year of college, he literally breaks his back, right? Even with a broken back, the nigga was still drafted in the lottery, right?
That's big.
So he didn't play his rookie season. Last year he played a couple games, but he was like limited minutes. So we have a lot of hope in Michael Porter Jr. But saying shit like this
doesn't help you. It's
it
like
doesn't help, Mike.
Yeah. There's another article.
I do not fuck with Michael Porter Jr. now.
Yeah, there's another article where there was like, if black people conduct themselves a better way. And my thing about that is, what happens when, it's not like we don't get killed when we do. We're in a conundrum. It's a damn if you do and damn if you don't. Because I read those articles and other people have said, I've seen other where, well, we put ourselves in situations. How do we?
Get mad.
How do we? Yeah. How do you put? Right. How do we put myself in this situation when, first of all, you're coming at us on a bullshit light charge? So my life, you have to use force for running a stop sign or for forgery or for selling cigarettes, illegal cigarettes. It's to the point that crime is that big. So you're putting me on a level of a murderer or a drug dealer or something for something so minimum. No, and you use excessive force to bring me down when these white killers are killing people, and you're protecting them. Not only that, you're protecting them.
I'm not gonna put drug dealers and murderers in the same sentence.
I get what you're saying, because one is not. No, but there's a difference. If you're that drug dealer where you ordering against, if you string a belly motherfuckers, now that's a different story. You violent. You just put.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put all drug dealers.
No. That's what I'm saying. I get what I'm talking about, like the big time where people are dying behind that
motherfucker that said some stupid shit like that. and I fuck with him too, cause y'all seen the movie? I think the movie's called like Dope or some shit.
Of course.
He also
that's Shamar. Yeah.
He also played Spider-Man in the animated Spider-Man.
And he played Raekwon in the Wu-Tang. Yes.
He played Raekwon in the.
Yeah, he was talking about conducting and how.
He said black people, if we conducted ourselves better with police, we wouldn't end up dead or some shit like that. It's like, bro.
That's sounded like what Mike Epps said.
And Mike Epps fucked me up too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm disappointed in certain black people right now.
I'm
certain black celebrities.
disappointed in Mike Epps because I fuck with Mike Epps and he's always been black.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he's always been black.
And I get what they're trying to say.
No,
I get where they're trying to say where we shouldn't like lose our emotion, but once again, I go back to these officers are trained to not act on impulse. We are humans. It's like, you mean to tell me I'm not going to get crazy if I see that you're stopping me for no reason? So let's say if you say, oh, I stopped you for taillights. They're not on. But I literally just came from a mechanic to fix them shits. I'm going to be like...
But I just went to the mechanic.
Right, I got the receipt.
Now they're broken.
Look, no. Sorry, B. But even outside of that, like, if you... Like, that's just natural instinct. Like, people, like, niggas be, like, hitting... Like a police officer will hit you in your back while your arms are behind your back, and then naturally, if you get hit or if someone flinches at you, you're going to defend yourself. That's just natural.
You ever got hemmed up by the police?
No.
We have.
I'm talking about like.
Yeah.
Nigga, we got cuffed.
AJ, come on.
No, I'm not saying we got.
I've never been like assaulted by the police.
No, but even still, being handcuffed for the bullshit that they tried to set us up for, now that was some bullshit because they remember they handcuffed us and like, yeah, we know that you know the drug dealer up the street. We're like, we don't know who the fuck you're talking about. Right. Shake your head for this, and then that was the first time our other homeboy that you know, he tweeted, "This is racism in its finest." And you know how he is. He don't speak on anything, but this dude, he don't ever speak on it. But when he saw how they treated us, because at the end of it, they made us take gang pictures. Damn. No cap. They made us take gang pictures, y'all. We're not in a gang by any sense, especially in the fucking city of Arlington. There is no gangs. The Scooby Gang, maybe, but that's about it. And that's an academic class.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you put us back on IG Live?
But my thing is, that is the whole point. Even he was like, that was racism at its fullest. And they didn't even find shit. They said we had dope on us.
Hey, Ron, didn't you say you went into the store and they told you to wear a mask?
Yeah, like I went to the Michaels in Laurel. And
I applied there one time. Go ahead.
It was one in Bowie.
Oh, okay.
I'm in there, and I'm walking in. He says, "Hey, before you come in, bro, you got to put a mask on." And I'm like, you're right, cause you know what I'm saying. Everywhere you gotta have a mask on. You can't even go to the gas station without a mask on. So I run back to my car, get my mask, going back in there, and I'm in there for like 2 minutes. And my friend, she was like, "These people don't got masks on." Like it's some people with masks on, but it's like a whole group of people, then another group of people with no mask on.
They were elderly or
no. These were white people, just regular age, 20s, 30s.
What did the dude look like that told you?
He was white. He was like a young white dude, and he was like
our age.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. So when we're checking out, I asked the cashier for like a supervisor, and I'm like, hey, the guy at the door, he was like really pressing me about wearing a mask, and I just turned and I just like hand signaled to her like, look around. Why did he stress that I wear a mask in here, and these people don't have no mask? And she was like, wow, that's crazy. Let me go talk to him and see why. So she was like, hey, are you enforcing that everyone wears a mask? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, they don't have a mask. They don't have a mask. Why'd you make him wear a mask? And he was like, oh, they must have came in when I wasn't standing at the door. And I'm just like...
So, yeah, a group of people just bum rushed you, and you didn't know.
All right. I was like, all right, cool. I just left it at that.
You
ain't
stare
him down?
No,
I'd have sneezed on them.
Are you trying?
Like,
While you getting your scrapbook stuff, you was staring at them.
no,
Those
when I
roses?
was
Those
walking
fake
out,
roses?
I was just looking
You was
at him
hiding in the
like,
bushes?
he was a bitch ass nigga. Dude. Like,
Yeah, fuck him. All right, we're gonna go to. Is it a break or is it? Should I see on my timeline? We're gonna go to a quick break.
Fuck
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
use the bathroom.
no, I'm good, G.
AJ, you been running like a piss horse and a fucking metro. Go ahead. What are you doing, man?
Hold on.
What are you doing?
2%. You got a charger?
Here, use my phone. God damn.
That's what I'm saying. I'm at 2%. If you want me, unless you want this shit to go, we get in the middle of a conversation like the master said.
So are we on a break?
I'm trying to make
Nah, we ain't on no break. Look, they sit back like you niggas arguing.
Oh no, that's good. That's good.
They're like they arguing.
You can turn it back on. We good. We got. Make sure you guys go to utcdmv.com for our new clothing, Ishtalk clothing. We're gonna have some more stuff for the ladies. Let me know which one y'all like. Ron, which shirt did you like?
I like the red.
I fuck with the red one.
You fuck with the
I knew
red
you was
one?
gonna say that. I like the red one.
Yeah,
I fuck with the red one,
so if you fuck with the show, make sure you go check us out, alright? No problem? I want no
Yes.
problems. Shop online, utcdmv.com. Alright? Now we're gonna go to shit I see on my timeline. Shit I see on my timeline, a bunch of memes and videos we want your opinion on. Okay? The first one is, we're gonna keep it short because we're running late, so we're gonna keep it 2 minutes on this one. Shit I see on my timeline is
Let's get it poppin'.
Joe Biden. It's a cartoon of him with he's about to bitch slap some black people, and he has a black mammy behind him, and
Man, that shit's so motherfucking far. I gotta fucking zoom in just to see that shit. The fuck?
Yeah, that was
so basically y'all know what he said in the interview with Charlamagne. He said if you got a problem.
You got a problem voting between me and Trump. You're not black.
So he was clearly trying to. He was wrangling up his Negroes.
Man.
He was trying to get them back in line. The video of him showed that he was just talking so disrespectful, so reckless, talking down towards Charlamagne. He was disrespectful. He gonna give him fucking 20 minutes for a fucking interview, but he did other white people an hour for a fucking interview. And then the video it exposed like two types of black people, like little Mammy, Jamel Hill. She fell from grace. She's defending Joe Biden, and a lot of people, female comedian Wanda Sykes, and black people and other people like hold the vote. What y'all think about that?
Why are they defending him?
Because the thing is they hate Trump so much. It's blue no matter who, no matter what happens.
Slim.
Someone said a couple of days ago, Biden can eat boiling babies. They still going to vote for him.
No.
So is that?
I voted for Hillary Clinton. You know how terrible of a person Hillary Clinton is? Because she was better than Trump. I'm voting for Joe Biden regardless. Because he's better than Trump. I understand we got to control the black vote, but if I don't vote, then I'm wasting my vote. If I vote for someone who has zero chance of winning, I'm wasting my vote. So of course I'm going to vote against the supreme oppressor. The most vile person that has taken this office since racism was blatant. Like Trump is make America great again. He wants to go back to the 20s and 10s and 1800s and shit. I'm definitely voting against Trump. I'm voting for Biden. The same way I voted for Hillary, even though Hillary's disgusting. I'm voting for Biden, even though Biden is ignorant and Biden is touchy when it comes to women. Biden isn't grab her by the pussy. Biden isn't just as blatant, disrespectful, racist, and ignorant as Donald Trump.
So you're gonna vote no matter what he do.
It's not. I'm not saying a Democratic. Like let's say Trump isn't the opposition. Let's say 1 year it's a Republican that is speaking to me the way I like, and it's a Democrat that's not speaking the shit that I want to hear. I'm voting for the Republican. It's not about just voting for blind Democrats. I'm voting for what fits me. And at this moment, Donald Trump is the worst option. So of course I'm not voting for him.
I mean, I'm in a crossroads right now because I'm at a point where, unfortunately, in my mind, for us black people, no matter who runs office, we survive it. That's the beauty of our people. We survive for better or for worse.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I hate that meme. It's like under Reagan, under Clinton,
under Bush, under Obama. It's the same.
It's in border buildings like every year, every president. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, same shit. We just got to find a way to survive it. But you bring Biden into office, you're just trading in one plantation owner to the next. The only difference is Biden is the one that'll maybe lighten your load, but he's going to take away your food. And he's also that same plantation master that's going to take your wife into the shed and make you sit out there and wait. So, in a sense, it's like he just going to do it with a smile. Yes, exactly. Trump is the racist that I actually do want because I know where he stands. I know what he is. I'm not saying it's right, but I'd rather have a racist to my face than a racist behind my back. So I'm nervous, and that's the notion that we're saying anybody's better than Trump. That I get it, but at the same time, I'm going to think deeper than that because that's the way that they want you to think. The Democrats are playing people to the extent we're saying anybody's better than Trump. They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
Unfortunately, this political era we're in right now is just some fuck shit.
So the president before Barack Obama was arguably the worst president we've ever had up until that point.
Yes. Right. Yes, he was the dumbass.
Okay, now look. With that being said, what was the worst thing we had to say about George Bush? This nigga fucking up.
No, the George Bush drained the economy, going to the Iraq war, taking all that money. No, but because of him, and then during the housing.
But look, what you're saying is all political and economical things, right?
Economical shit fucks with it.
Okay. But listen to what you say.
When he was in office, gas was $4.40.
Listen to what you say about Trump, right?
Right.
You're saying those same economical things. And on top of fucking up the country, you calling me a nigga. Like, dog, hold on. So you gonna fuck up the country. You gonna fuck up everything. You handling this pandemic as terrible as you can.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you gonna disrespect women. On top of that, you gonna disrespect minorities. On top of fucking up everything that nigga has to strive for. The least I can say under Obama was like, yo, I know to quote the great American philosopher J. Cole, they gave a nigga the keys to the ship, but didn't tell him that the ship was sinking. Now, Obama tried to implement the things that he could.
Yeah,
but
they didn't allow him to. Yeah.
But the things that he did get by, as far as like he had an entire pandemic like team.
Yeah.
George Bush was elected January 2017. Well, he went into office January 2017.
Who you say?
I mean, no, not George Bush. Donald Trump.
Trump?
In March 2017. What did he do?
He dismantled that shit.
He dismantled the pandemic team.
Which I don't understand why you do.
3 years later,
we need that shit.
we need the fuck out of that.
Well, the first thing that blew me is when he said it was a hoax. I was like, really, nigga?
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that.
When he said a hoax, I was at the gym. I was like,
at least George Bush, as much as we viewed him as stupid,
he knew his shit. He knew certain shit.
He had common sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if Donald Trump has common sense.
He got privilege sense.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
no, but I get it. But
of
at the
course,
same,
I know Joe Biden has common sense.
To what extent?
No.
Yeah, you think he does.
Dog,
you do know
he's
he's a part of the incarceration legislation.
No, and his
that.
cognitive state is like declining. So.
Slim,
And he said, I'd rather grow. I didn't
But-
want my kids growing in the jungle.
And one
Fuck
of the
that.
things I want to get to the black agenda. One of the things they talked about was how Joe Biden's black agenda. He didn't even know what it was. and what he got is some piece of it's not even good. But what y'all think about a black agenda? What do you think? Everybody's asking, what's a black agenda? What do you think a black agenda to be? First of all, they should give us like guaranteed small business loans, housing, some sort of, when it comes to housing, some sort of that shit. Audit the banks, make sure they doing what they supposed to be doing, make sure they ain't doing no illegal shit or being discriminative. Yeah. Same thing with these employment centers, man.
Well, all I'm gonna say is under that, equal rights, that will cover everything you just said. That's all legit equal rights.
Just enforce the law.
Yeah, enforce that bitch. Enforce the bitch. You do this is what's gonna happen. You don't support the black shit or you going against it illegally, we shutting your shit down. We shutting the Carter down.
For over 10 years. And I said it 2 weeks ago when we was talking about like Doja Cat or whatever.
Yeah.
All black people want is equality.
We just want to be treated fair.
Just say, yo, AJ, if you get an A on this test and fucking Seth gets a fucking C on this test, we're going to congratulate you and not congratulate Seth.
Right, because you worked harder for it and you excel. You excel.
That's all motherfuckers want, dog. That's why when it is an equal playing field, you
black
see,
people fucking
like in sports.
No, like if you watch the NBA, where we trying to win, we going off talent. 80% black league. NFL, we trying to win, we going off talent. What's that?
70-something%.
Yeah, 70% black league. Like the Major League Baseball.
We about 40 because the Spanish got the rest.
No. The Hispanics, where they are dominating it because that's their shit. Like, it's where talent and natural ability is given an honest chance, you see who excels.
Right.
Like, that's...
Give us a fair shot, nigga.
Yeah,
that's all I want. Equal opportunity.
Next shit I see on my timeline. This is very disturbing.
Yeah.
But
we're going to
there was this video on World Stars, a couple having sex in a subway. And I think one of the workers was there.
I saw that.
And I think he's one of the workers, but one of the people are the workers. But
I gotta see this. I'm sorry.
You don't want to see that. It's just a bunch of roaches coming out there.
What the
fuck? Yeah, it's like black and miles and blunts and sausage.
MGs?
Or is it canned sausages and Vienna sausages and shit. So, so we all,
no.
If you have a sex in public, don't record it. You ruin the whole fun. I want to be walking down the street, mind my business, see people fucking. And I want to, and then once I jump over that fence, I want to make sure, and if I see you record it, that ruins the whole fun.
Yeah, that's just, what? But it ain't like it used to be back in the,
I might as well go on Pornhub.
So are you saying you don't want people recording you having sex?
No, I don't want,
or you don't want to record it yourself?
If I'm looking at people fucking, I don't want them recording themselves. I just want to look.
Ass. Cause he just don't want to get caught.
I'm watching this.
That's all it is. He don't want to be that nigga. Everybody on Twitter be like, "That's me in the back."
Hey, is that Brian Morris in the back of that shit?
That's him.
Just sitting there like this
with a grin.
Yeah.
We saw them teeth. We know it's you.
So fucking in public, y'all. Anything on that?
I'm discreet with my shit, so that's a whole nother step. I'm not fucking recording. No, I'm good.
All right, next one. Next chat, see my timeline. This one, I love this. I'm going to read this. Basically, it's a song that you play over again just to get to the sad part that you like the most.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing it. I'm not going there.
We got to do it. Let's go there.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Sad song,
it's a few
you
of them.
Play a song, you got to play it again?
Anything Rod Wave?
Nigga, I go back Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas?
That.
I Wish?
No, Emotional. What's a man to do? What's a man to do? That shit. Or The Weeknd. The Weeknd.
Which one?
Shit. The Fall. The Fall. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. When he went, that was your emotions breaking down right there. And then he goes, that shit hurt. The fall hurts. The fall hurts. The fall hurts. I don't like that.
Rod Wave, Hard on Ice, man.
Shit.
Rod Wave?
Yeah, I know.
Rod Wave, Hard on Ice.
Yeah.
That shit will, like,
Fuck you up.
son. The first time I heard that song, I swear to God, I literally was like, yo, why am I crying? like the first time I heard Hard on Ice, I was like, dog,
Yeah.
why? Because it's one verse, like, it's a hook to begin, the verse, and a hook. It's like a minute and 48 seconds. And I was just sitting there like, dog, why am I crying right now? But I started that shit from the top. I started that shit from the top.
Were you driving or you in the house?
No, I was in the house. And I was like, damn. And I played that shit probably like 8 times, and I was like, yo, this shit is incredible.
Yeah, I'm like that with the fall. Like I don't want to be in a place where I think about that because then I get upset, I get mad. I'm like, no, like I don't want to be like I ain't gonna front. Movies by Ashanti, that fucks me up. Movies by Ashanti, that shit, I was like, I was like, damn.
I just play Diamonds Dancing. And just
You
doing it already?
What I need from you
How can you
when I get home.
How can you be ashamed? You should be ashamed of yourself. You know you're doing it.
When that nigga Drake said, your mama be ashamed. Your mama be ashamed of you.
How can you live with yourself?
How can you live?
You look exhausted.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard from you. Not a single.
There's a bunch of songs that mother.
Ain't good for
And then
you.
the music.
It's a lot of songs. Like the motion gets me. I be like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, stop it. I'm like, stop talking, nigga.
The first line of Rod Wave, Hard on Ice is, heart been broke so many times. No, heart been broke so many times. Damn, what the fuck that nigga say?
Look, you was so in your feelings, you couldn't even just. You was big like
I can't remember if he said heart been broke so many times. I can't breathe or I can't believe. But then after that, he said, "Mama said it's my fault. Can't wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I keep my heart on nice. Heart on nice.
Woo!
I'm gonna keep my heart on nice because it's getting the best of me." And it was just like, God damn, it's starting up right now. And then once he got into the verse, it was just like, all right, look, man, I gotta stop this shit. Start from the top.
Yeah, and as a man, you hating me when you cried to it. You like,
yeah, I was like, dog.
Especially if you look at your crush while you seeing that song. Damn it. That's when I'm on suicide watch. I sit in my room and be like, no. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Yeah, or don't call. Or no, don't text her. Don't call. Don't do nothing.
Don't send her no lyrics. I did that one time. Don't do that.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie. And these are the verses. I'll never forget it. And come on, girl, let's go to distant lands unknown. We can fly on there if love is in the air. You and me.
Fuck.
Yeah. That was such a simp line. I was like, I'm sure she laughed. That's the type of shit where the girl was like this. But nah, she was like, bitch, come here, bitch. Look what he sent me.
What the fuck is AJ talking about, man?
It was like, yo, I know, like when I didn't get a response, I knew I was.
I want to get to the last topic.
All right, let's
get to the last topic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Because it's about to be 11 o'clock, man.
Yeah.
God damn, yes.
We're going to wrap it up. I want y'all to guess the number one complaint people give their partners in the bed.
Communication?
What do you mean by that?
Lack of communication.
Yeah.
In the bed?
Yeah.
Yes,
in the
lack of
bedroom.
communication.
Just let me know what you like.
Yeah, lack of communication.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely going to tell you
Me
what
too.
I don't like. I'm
Amen.
telling you what I like. So I be hating when women like just don't tell you what they don't like. It's like,
That's just fucking stupid.
yeah, it's like, yo.
No, you got to find out. This ain't treasure hunt. I need to know. We adults.
So we could do this shit.
Do it the right way. Cause you ain't about
and
to.
enjoyable for
Thank you.
everybody.
You're not about to cheese grade my dick. I'm gonna be like, stop it.
There's an article about how women want their men to moan during sex. And
You got to work for that. You got to earn that.
it could be, and then
You make me moan.
I didn't know it. Nah, I don't do that.
I grunt.
See now, I don't be like.
Ron Drake, that shit.
But like if she pull it out of me, she might get something like Marcus or Boomerang when she was kissing his neck.
Stop.
Oh yeah, like nah, I didn't, nah. You're not pulling none of those out. But if you get that little 2-hand gok going good,
That yuck.
you go get some.
No. Now I've had it to a point where a chick,
bones, G.
where she looked at me and she said, "Feed me." And then I went, "Oh!" Yeah, that's when I went. Nigga, I turned to Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles and everybody. I was like this.
No.
I went like this. Oh!
If a girl,
She said, and she looked.
if a
And
girl
get
is
me
sucking
dead in her eyes.
dick,
No, she was like,
feed me.
feed me. No,
looked me in my
she
face
said
and
it under her
"Feed
breath.
me."
She said, feed me. I was like,
Slim, I'm definitely gonna turn him into Future.
nigga, you ever seen The Ring? Remember when The Ring, my nigga went like this? That was me.
Turn the stone.
Yeah, that was me. If she'd have went in my wallet and took my shit, then nothing I could have done. I'd have been like this.
Alright, girl, hurry up, get out of here.
Alright, this is my face.
Get out of here.
They were saying one of the reasons men don't moan is because they watch men in porn not talk.
I don't know about what other men do,
Yeah.
but that's some other shit.
I don't like having sex with people in the house or children in the house because I gotta be quiet. It's like Slim, no.
I kind of like that.
I want to let you know how terrible you
I
are.
actually kind of like that because I'm not gonna say who she is, but there was a time I was in Arlington and I had a little thing in there and somebody else was right across the room. That shit was freaky as fuck.
Now,
We was like, and she was like, she held my mouth, I held hers. That was some intense shit. I'm like,
occasionally
I like that
a
shit.
good sneak fuck is good.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, like, cause when me, my brother, and my cousin were all roommates, right? My room and my cousin's room were like, we shared a wall, and his bed was up against the wall. So we literally used to be like, oh, I'd be damned if he win this tonight. Hey, girl, you gotta wake up. Like, for real. I'd be damned if I let this nigga get his shit off.
Y'all was banging.
No, like we literally used to
Cheap
do
cop
that.
competition.
Like he would be going, and this girl that I was dating at the time, she would be like she would hear him and she'd just start laughing and be like, I know you're not gonna let him. And I'd be like, all right, well, look, man, it's motherfucking go time in here.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like
I didn't know.
Competition.
I don't like competition. I just like to be me in my secluded area. Okay.
You a private individual.
That's one of the things they say here. Men like me, they're like a stoic fuck. It's called stoic.
Yes.
a stoic fuck. Hey yo, I am.
I mean, yeah, because you want to be able to be in your own world when you do your shit.
I can't talk. If I talk, I lose power.
A stoic fuck is a. I've had my stoic fuck. I'm just like,
Dog.
They do it. I see making sounds.
No, like it was this one woman that all we had was stoic fuck.
stoic fuck.
And I literally, once I got away from having sex with her, oh my god, like it was just like so. It was like a fucking awakening.
But some of the chicks that don't make sounds, that shit can be depressing. Like one chick I hit one time, she was just like, and I was like, but now she was like, no, I enjoyed like. Then I was like, okay, then what? She said, oh no, I was trying not to be loud. I was like, oh, all right, okay, cool. Because when you just go to, that's gonna fuck with my head. I'm be like, hey, I want to get pleasure, but yeah, everybody's different. But that's where communication is. Because there are some women who are the low moaners, but best believe you're killing
I
me.
need acknowledgement.
Yeah, no, but
I got it. Tell me I got it. Then yep.
No, because I've like that chick was like she would call me back like, oh no, trust me, she said if it wasn't, you know how women are. If you ain't doing what did I say? It ain't how many times. It's not about bagging a chick. It's about having that bitch come back for your product. Anybody can pull something one time. You can make a sale. It's if your product is selling more than once to that same customer. Did she subscribe?
Yeah. That's a
It
fact.
says that at in the article, fellas, basically don't make her have to ask for you to talk. And also women are worried that they find that the reason men aren't vocal is because they think that they suck at sex.
It can be.
Now, look,
It
there are
depends.
women that I don't speak during sex.
Right.
It's like, damn, this shit is not.
Yeah.
Also, thinking like, how come you don't talk during sex? And you might think you fucking your mind's on some other bitch.
I mean, I've had that.
Now-
Your chick ever come to you?
I've had that before, where
Now,
I've had
I-
to think about another
look,
chick to get through it.
I do that, like, and it's not really like
I've
I'm
had-
doing it like in a disrespectful way, but it's like, damn, I done had you in my bed for the last 4 weeks. It's time to bring.
You trying to explore somebody else in your life?
It's time to bring somebody else in. Don't get me wrong.
No.
You're still here.
My digital girl. Let's
Yeah,
go.
look.
Let's go Cheeks of the Week,
You're
y'all.
still here.
Yes, that is a good one. That's beautiful. Speaking of that, Cheeks of the Week. We haven't had this segment in a long time. Let's go to our misogynistic views. I'm
Let's
all
see what
for
we
it.
got.
This toxic masculinity. Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, this the one.
That is
right?
look at how she moved that shit on her own. Like, how many strokes? Who's lasting? And then she looked back.
I could last a pretty.
Nah,
pretty-
she looked at you. She looked.
This is the St. Lucia.
Nah,
Islands.
yeah, that is a flex luxury ass. Like, you sitting on a
Look at
boat.
you while she.
She like, yeah, I'm
Two
gonna get
basketballs.
man.
And see,
Shit, let me see it.
that made me want to call somebody because I know.
Yo, like that is
Like
like
that.
this is what I need to do after the virus pandemic's over. This is what I need to do. This is what I'm saving
That
up for.
definitely made me want to call somebody.
This is what I'm saving up
You shit on
for.
my face, baby.
Oh, look at this right here. Like this is
can
my
see
shit.
it.
Like this is my shit right here. This is a little Latin chick where she's
She
look at
acting
the,
all shy. You know
like,
the ones that always
talking
shy.
about firemen some shit, and then watch this. And then I love the fact that she laughed. Because you know she got that fire. When they laugh like that, when they go, they know they got it.
I'm
She got that fire.
I'm hurt. Let's
No,
go. I'm
I-
hurt.
Yeah, I mean, down on my knees every day. They call him a side.
Wait a minute. What the hell?
Okay.
What the fuck is
All right,
happening?
listen to me. If you ever see something like that, a car
Yeah.
in the shadow, something's up.
Yeah.
Hold on, time out.
See
Is
that
that
shadow
car
in the ground?
off the ground? What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Why? Hold on, time out. I gotta
it
get
flew
closer.
off the, and then she hit
I'm
the,
sorry. Am I blocking it for you, AJ?
I'm good.
and then this is like, you don't fuck with, you don't do no Latino. Imagine killing your brother over some bullshit.
I'm sorry. Is he dead?
No, his hand is on.
No, I'm sorry. Oh my
He
God.
was top back like JFK.
I'm sorry. No, that's not even funny. I'm sorry.
And so we ate all day.
No, stop it. Stop it. That's not funny. That's not funny. I'm sorry. I thought.
And you should've-
Oh!
Should they have the seatbelt on? Because they were just flying out. They were just, look at the bodies.
Oh!
Yo, tell us. Time out. This is what is there another one? There's another one.
No.
My man, he must saw some ass. That's why he looked. And then
No,
we gonna pay. We gonna pray.
no.
We are
look,
sending
time
our
out.
thoughts and prayers.
Time out. Yo, Brian, you be watching a lot of little fucking murder videos lately, dog. Like,
They okay.
No, look, because at first the whole BI,
Is somebody getting knocked out? If you see, you got to turn it up.
Yeah, why did you watch snuff film? You sick.
If you see, you got to turn it up.
No, I did not know that man felt so long. I was like, no. All I said was that.
yo,
Guys, sorry it was a long show, but I appreciate y'all
this
staying
shit
here,
went
y'all.
from this shit like was gone, like
I'm gonna read you that Rick Ross lyric.
you went from people falling downstairs.
Right to
America's most funny videos.
That motherfucker just got his head blown.
faces of death.
Dog. Oh my god.
What can I say? I'm a black man in America. I'm your boy B More. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure the video,
shit.
this audio is gonna be on iTunes and everything, and iHeart. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Can you give them yours?
Yes. Follow
That's a
my
nice
IG,
chain, by the way.
Thank you. Champagne 301. Follow me on IG at 301 King Ron.
A_Turner_813. You know me.
Stay black.
All right, y'all. Take it
Fuck the
easy.
cops.
The cop. And thank you for everybody tuning in. All right.